Hello guys, welcome to the new session of Automation Pills, short practical videos to guide you through automation inside M365 environment. So today I would like to start talking about topics in Copilot Studio. It's quite a large subject, or it's quite a large topic if you may. So I will break it in several sessions. Let's see how many, maybe 3 or 4. Today I would like to give you like sort of an introduction and try to understand what are topics, what are they used for, and so on. How do they interact with the structure of an agent? So, what are topics? You can imagine topics as building blocks of the conversation, okay, or a conversation script that the agent will follow to try and answer your queries based on the input that you're giving to it, right? Nowadays, you can of course choose to have your Copilot supported by ChatGPT, which means that whatever you input in your Copilot, it's still going to be interpreted and you're going to get a coherent answer out of it. So there are sort of 2 layers, right? You have the first layer, which is your topics. These are going to be the most important blocks. But if your input fails to enter any of these topics and to be guided, then there is always like another layer on the bottom of it, which is ChatGPT, that is going always to give you a good answer to what you input. So if there is ChatGPT on the bottom of it, do we still need topics at all, actually, to guide the conversation? The answer is yes. Well, you don't need it, but it's a powerful tool that you can use, right? So imagine that you want to use, for example, topics to recognize intent. Let's say that I say to my chatbot, I want to change my laptop, okay? This input is going to be taken in by the large language model and understood, so to speak, of course. But it's going to be inserted in that specific topic that then will provide with additional steps, okay? So it's for recognizing intent, it's for routing conversation through logic. Then, very important, these inputs can be used to be stored inside variables that then you can use to do additional things afterwards. And finally, you can use these topics to trigger flows and automation so that you will allow your agent not to be just a declarative agent, but also to take practical action on a SharePoint list or whatever, really. As I said before, there are over 1,000 connectors you can use in Copilot Studio for your agents, so it's really wide the range of physical action that an agent can take. Right, so let me show you how this works. Remember, during the last session we created the Duke of Power Formulas, our chatbot here. So as you can see, it does use generative AI to determine how to best respond. Is enabled. There is a prompt here, and you can see the knowledge base here, right? And the topics are here. So you get, these are implemented by default. There are some custom ones: goodbye, greeting, start over, thank you. And there are some system ones, which are these ones. Okay. So let's have a look what happens. Let me move my face here. Okay. So, hello, my Duke. How are you today? Immediately here on the left, you see an activity map that shows you what happens in the background. So what happens in the background is that my how are you today, or my hello in this case, is being recognized by the system as a greeting. So this goes into the greeting topic. You see, it's recognized because there is a hello. And the greeting topic will drive the agent to answer me with, hello, how can I help you today? Which is absolutely not in character for our Duke, right? So this will not be very good, for example. Let me show you something else. So I created here a second version of the Duke, but in this version, I removed all the topics, right? So if I go and I say, hello, my Duke, how are you today? Since there are no topics to fall on, I mean, to immediately engage, is going to fall back on his ChatGPT, right? And you see that the answer is much more in character. And I am in fine spirit. Thank you for your kind inquiry. How may I be of service today? And if I ask him, my Duke, please elucidate me on the if function. He's still going to access the knowledge base. You see? And eventually should give me a good answer. No. It's a bit flunky sometimes. Let's try again. You see that it went through, but it doesn't show in the chat as if I pressed this. Maybe just because I enlarged the screen. Not very good if you ask me, but my Duke, explain me the function if. And there you go. So it both gives me the proper answer and it's still in tone. So this is very, very good. Which would not have happened in the original one if I had the topic active, because it would have immediately taken the topic and changed the answer based on what's written in the topic here. Which is not necessarily bad. I mean, you can just change it. You can just go here. You see, this is what pops out as an output. Hello, how can you help today? You can just modify this and make it more in character if you want to. I just wanted to show you this so that to make it clear that topics are acting in answer to your queries, and this comes before the introduction of generative AI to give you an answer. Okay. Another proof that you can do is that if I go back to my second version, not this one, the other one, okay, and I completely disabled ChatGPT, I refresh. So at this moment there is no topics active and no fallback on generative AI. And I say, hello, my Duke. Nothing. So this time he doesn't have anything to fall back, and he's not able to just have a simple conversation. Let's try to query on the function. Still have the knowledge base. Nothing. So he's not even able to understand what you're telling him. In this case, if you don't have topics, you don't have generative AI, it's completely useless. Okay. I think this is enough as an introduction about topics. I don't want to go too long because these videos are meant to be very short. Next time we're going to dig in a little bit more and see how topics can be used to drive the conversation towards any objective that you might want to have. All right. Hope you enjoyed this. As usual, if you like what I'm doing, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and That's it. Have a good day. Bye bye.